How's it going? This is Alex with Metasophocles Gaming, bringing you 5 more of these wonderful Lord of the Rings set boosters. I have had decent luck with these. I've pulled some really cool cards, some cards that are very cool flavor-wise for me, cards that are awesome because I love the character that is featured in them, or because the art just looks so fantastic on these. I'm just really happy with the way this set came out, and it's a very good thing because Lord of the Rings would have been something that if they messed it up, a lot of people would have a lot of things to say. But I'm loving it, so I have nothing negative to say about it. But with that being said, let's go ahead and go start opening these 5 packs. Okay, pack number 1 here. Let's get right into it. Okay, we start off with a foil Brandywine Farmer.
Let's
and
go.
The Balrog, Durin's Bane. Really like this art. The Balrog is just awesome. 5 colorless mana, a black and a red. For a legendary creature, Avatar Demon. It costs 1 less to cast for each permanent sacrificed this turn. Has haste, and it can't be blocked except by legendary creatures, and when it dies, destroy target artifact or creature an opponent controls, and it's a 7/5, so it's a big boy.
Let's go.
And then we get a Sauron Lord of the Rings. So already very happy with that Balrog pull. And then we immediately get a Sauron Lord of the Rings right after it. And this is the commander of the Precon, I believe. So it's one of the several Sauron cards that there are. But it's 5 colorless, a blue, black, and a red for a legendary creature Avatar Horror that when you cast a spell, you mass Orcs 5, mill 5 cards, then return a creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield, has trample. Whenever a commander an opponent controls dies, the ring tempts you, and it is a 9/9. So it is a huge body on top of all of that. And I think that other than the cost of it being very high, it is a very good card. And we get to build a pony.
Minds are no place for a pony. Even one so brave as Bill.
Bye-bye, Bill.
My little pony, my little pony. My little pony.
Hey, Bill. 4 mana for 1/4 horse. When Bill the pony enters the battlefield, create 2 food tokens. Sacrifice a food until end of turn. Target creature you control assigns combat damage to equal to its toughness rather than its power. Who doesn't love Bill the pony, right? Eagles of the North. Warbeast of Gorgoroth, surrounded by orcs. Orcish medicine, and a beautiful plains card. So really good way to start off the video with a Sauron and a Balrog. What card, or character I should say, do you think that they did the best with in this set? Which card do you think hit flavor-wise the character in just the right way? We get an Ugluk, the White Hand, Orc Soldier, legendary creature, foil. We get a Display of Power, which is 2 red and a colorless, can't be copied, and copy any number of target instant or sorcery spells, instant and or sorcery spells. You may choose new targets for the copies. So, pretty cool card. Another rare, Elvish Mariner, 3 mana for a 3/2. Whenever Elvish Mariner attacks, scry 1. There's a lot of scrying with the elves in this set, and I am not complaining about it. Whenever you scry, tap up to X target non-land permanents, where X is the number of cards looked at while scrying this way. We get a really cool looking Gandalf, Friend of the Shire. Another Gwahir, Stern Scolding, which I still think is a good card. You cannot pass. Destroy a target creature that blocked or was blocked by a legendary creature this turn. Took Reaper, Nimble Hobbit, and a Forest. Moving on to pack number 3. And we do have a list card in this one. And we get get a Bog Wraith, which ironically is one of the few Wraith cards that exist outside of this set. So that can be used in conjunction with a Wraith deck if you are looking to do so. Oh, Shadow of the Enemy. We get another Mythic. So it's a 6 mana, 3 colorless, and 3 black. Sorcery. Exile all creature cards from target player's graveyard. You may cast spells from among those cards for as long as they remain exiled, and mana of any type can be spent to cast them. That seems very powerful. It's a sorcery, so you can't pull any trickery, you know, trying to... Somebody throws things in their graveyard for their own purpose, and then you throw that out there real quick before they can take the stuff, but... nice foil mountain there. But it still seems very powerful to be able to just exile their entire graveyard and have access to all of those spells. Or creatures, I should say. Because you never know. Somebody could be building up to a strategy and they aren't quite ready to bring things back from their graveyard yet, and then you swoop in and steal their thunder. We get an Aylmer, Marshal of Rohan. 4/4 haste. Whenever one or more other attacking legendary creatures you control die, untap all creatures you control. After this phase, there is an additional combat phase. This ability triggers only once each turn, so you can swing with a bunch of legendary creatures, sacrifice one of those legendary creatures that's attacking, and get a second combat. You could do, I think there are, I don't know about this set in particular, there are cards that create legendary creature tokens, so you could sacrifice those. It does not specify it has to be non-token. And that would be pretty good, because then you're not getting rid of one of your, you know, great legendary creatures. Bag End Porter. And we get a Smeagol, Helpful Guide, which is a 4/2 for 3 mana, 1 black, and 1 green. At the beginning of your end step, if a creature died under your control this turn, the ring tempts you. Whenever the ring tempts you, target opponent reveals cards from the top of their library until they reveal a land card. Put that card onto the battlefield tapped under your control, and the rest into their graveyard. Which seems very, very, very good. Stealing their lands and dumping things into their graveyard, which, depending on what type of deck they're playing, can play into their hand, or maybe not. Destroy target creature, the ring tempts you, so that's kind of like murder, but with the ring tempting you. A Dunedain Blade, 2 mana for an equipment. Equip creature gets +2/+1, and equip human for 1. So if you're building a human deck, that's pretty good. Cheap equipment. So that's going to be the last pack that we have here. And did get some pretty good cards out of here. Sauron, the Balrog, Shadow of the Enemy. Always love to see a Smeagol. Because Smeagol is just such a wonderful character. Everybody loves Smeagol, right? It's that little golem you gotta worry about. But Smeagol just wants to help. Alright, if you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and we will catch you next time.